Have you ever passed on a fix and flip opportunity that later made someone else a fortune? Or worse, jumped into a sure thing that turned into a money pit? In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through a few simple steps to ensure profitable deals. I'll show you our proven system for evaluating properties, which could mean the difference between a $40,000 payday and a costly mistake. Welcome back to the virtual fix and flip challenge, where we're about to turn you into a deal spotting machine. By the end of this video, you'll have the power to look at any deal and know within minutes if it's a gold mine or a landmine. Let's go. If you are going to properly underwrite any deal that comes across your desk, it's imperative that you use a deal calculator. Now, this deal calculator we're going to use is the one we use for every one of our deals, and it's also available inside of our virtual fix and flip mastery community in school. The link to that is down below. First line is your after repair value, and this is where so many people go wrong in real estate investing. Not understanding what goes into after repair value, not understanding how to run comps, and we will go into that in detail in just a few minutes. Next, you have your estimated repair costs. Repairs, if you have not flipped before, you can use a simple formula of 25, 35, 45. $25 per square foot for a basic renovation, that's just cosmetics, 35 for a middle of the road renovation, and $45 for a more substantial full gut rehab type of a property. This is not perfect, but as you get better at it, you can dial in those numbers. And do not use that formula for high-end houses. You will get yourself in trouble. This is for median-priced homes. This is where we spend most of our time, $250 to $450 price range. That model works pretty well. Then you plug in the purchase price in the calculator, amount of holding time. How many months do you expect to have this property from the time you close on the purchase until the time you close on your sale? Figuring the amount of time the renovation is going to cost you, getting staging, pictures, and listing done, and then finding your buyer and expecting between 4 and 6 weeks for most retail buyers to close. If your process is very dialed in, you can get that done in approximately 3 months start to finish. That's what we average on most of our deals. If your process is not nearly as dialed in, it's very easy for that to drift into the 4, 6, and even higher range. And that's where you start to get in a lot of trouble. Next, we'll factor in our lender costs. This is what a lot of newer investors forget to factor in. If you are buying a property with a fix and flip loan, most of those lenders are going to have points and an interest rate and probably a service fee. So the lender that we use, you're going to have 1 point, which is 1% of your lending amount. So we are on this property that we're showing here, we borrowed $337,000. So we have a $3,037 point charge, 11.5% interest rate, and a $1,000 service fee. Then we also put second position lenders into all of our deals. Factor that in as well. If you use one, put that in there. If you use your own cash, treat yourself as a lender. Put whatever interest rate you're going to pay yourself in that box there. That's going to give you your total lender charges. That's going to be for however many months you're in the deal. This deal, over 3 months, we had $18,569 in lender charges. The right side of the calculator is pretty simple. That is just your holding costs and your closing costs when you buy it and when you sell it, as well as realtor fees. But you can see $18,569 is a cost associated with buying a deal that many people will leave out of this. One other thing I want to point out is that there will be times where you have to pivot in a deal. You have to have more than one exit available to you, and we have additional exits available in the bottom of our calculator. We'll show you what other types of buyers you could potentially sell your deal to if for some reason you needed to go ahead and wholesale or offload that deal because it just wasn't going to work for you. Maybe your financing fell apart. Maybe it turns out another deal came along that was a better opportunity for you. The most important part of the calculator for us is the estimated net profit and total ROI. Those boxes should be green in order for you to get into a deal. We have them set up on our calculator to automatically turn green at an estimated net profit of over $35,000 and estimated ROI of over 12%. If either of them do not turn green, we will pass on the deal. It's not worth taking the risk. Okay, so next, let's talk about the proper underwriting technique to get after repair value on a home. A million different ways to do this. A million different people will tell you their own special way of doing it. In my experience, underwriting tens of thousands of properties, first, Zillow is good enough. Open Zillow, pull up sold properties in the last 6 months. If you do not have enough available comps in the last 6 months in a neighborhood, you can go to 12 months. If you still don't have sold comps in 12 months, you shouldn't be buying a house in that neighborhood because you can't predictably sell the property quick enough. Probably a limited buyer pool. Again, going back, only use comps inside your neighborhood. Do not leave the neighborhood. Realtors will tell you we use a 1 mile radius to pull our comps. Please do not do that. When you use a 1 mile radius, you are almost always leaving the neighborhood. That could put you out of a certain part of town into a totally different part of town. It could put you in a different school district. It could put you closer to something either very positive or very negative around the town. Do not leave your neighborhood. Again, if you have to leave the neighborhood, you probably shouldn't do the deal. Obvious points when it comes to underwriting, make sure you're looking at very similar square footage of homes, similar acreage of homes. Make sure you understand, does your home have a pool or not, and do your comps have a pool or not? And depending on the market you're in, a pool may make a house more desirable or it may make it less desirable. So just having a pool does not always mean it's worth more money. It could be limiting your buyer pool substantially if you have a pool in the wrong part of town or wrong part of the country. The next thing you want to do is obviously take a look at anything that's going to eliminate that property from qualifying as a comp, whether it's yours or another property. Do they border a main road? Are they the very first house inside of a neighborhood that's bordered by a 55-mile-an-hour road? Also take into consideration the age of the house. If your house is within a few years of another house, that's completely fine. But if you have a 2021 build that you're trying to use as a comp for your 1965 home, that is absolutely not a comp. Similar age, similar size, similar acreage in the same neighborhood is what you want. So now that we understand how to properly evaluate a deal, let's go out there, find some deals, and make some offers.
If you like that video, you are absolutely going to love our virtual fix and flip school where we teach you how to flip properties from anywhere in the world. Just click the first link below in the description. That'll take you to a page to enter your email and join the school. We'll see you on the inside.